it's interesting that the sit-on-top kayaks and the kayaks I've done or built have been in the same time period over the last 50 years that we've discovered plastic in the ocean, and how important that is to how much of a threat that is, because it's in our food systems and everything. So that the awareness of being on the water, the billion butts and boats that I want to get in the water, will make people more aware of the plastic that's in the ocean, and it will raise awareness about, I mean, it just becomes obvious that we have to do something about it. My goal, before I take a dirt nap, or as long as I'm on this side of the turf, let me put it that way, is to eliminate all plastic going into the ocean, like all of it. And there's a way of doing that, and that's just another dream like the sit-on-top kayak or the origami paddler, and I know it's possible, and I know we can do that. And once we stop the flow of plastic into the ocean, we can deal with the plastic already in the ocean. So that's my long-term, I'm on a mission, and I love the ocean. On the subject of plastic in the ocean, there's a company of some great people just north of us in British Columbia, we live near the border, that are gathering plastic from the shores. So they clean up all of this plastic that came from Japan and that's been built up in the gyre over the last 50 years, when plastic, ever since plastic has started to accumulate. And they are gathering it up, and they've figured out a way of making it so it could be manufactured into certain things, which is not easy. They've gone through the same process. Anybody that thinks you can just melt all plastic down and remake anything is fooling themselves. There's a lot of trial and error. But we've figured this thing out well enough that we intend to make a paddle and other parts of our boat from beach plastic, which is an amazing, this is the first time this has ever truly happened. A lot of people will say that they sprinkle a few grains of beach plastic in their containers or something, disposable containers, but we are actually taking plastic from the beach and putting it back into a product that will go on the beach. Sometimes it could be the same beach that it came off of, but in a form that will be, number one, it won't ever go back. That plastic will never go back and be on the beach if it's properly disposed of, and we have the systems to make sure that plastic never gets thrown away again. We're developing disassembly plants, and so the plastic can be recycled. Anyway, that's a very exciting thing to take the plastic that was in the ocean, that's end up on the shore, use that and refine it into a reusable item that will end up being used on the beaches again, but now in the form of making people more aware of the whole condition of the earth. We're getting the plastic after it's been through the ocean, but it's a lot better to get it before it goes into the ocean. If we do enough of this, the plastic will have value, and if it has value, then it has value now because we're paying a lot for it. We're stepping up, and we are doing that right now. We're one of the first people that are doing that right now. We're paying more for the thing. We're paying about twice the price of the plastic because we need to do that right now. But eventually it could be 10 to 20 cents a pound is all it takes to keep plastic from going into the ocean. But if it has value for all plastic, which it will someday, I am convinced, then there will be no plastic that goes into the ocean. That's the bigger dream. Zero plastic in the ocean. Clean water. Paddle billion butts and boats on clean water. What does clean water mean? no plastic in the ocean. And this is a solution for that.
This is all stuff that we collect right off the beaches. So I'm James Middleton, co-founder, captain of Ocean Legacy.
And I'm Tim Niemeyer, and I'm president of Origami Paddler, and we make these paddleboard kayaks. And you get this.
And I'm here to explain basically the process in which we are making pellets that we're selling to Origami Paddler for their kayak.
And where do you get this? Off the beach somewhere?
We're collecting this rope material from the coastline of British Columbia, and we take the polypropylene rope and we pelletize it in order to make an injection mold grade material that can be then turned into these rudders and other materials that can be utilized in the Origami Paddler kayak.
And this rudder or fin goes right on there. This one is not recycled, but this one is recycled from the beach. And this folds into there. This goes down to make the thing go straight. This folds down here, and you can paddle. And you can take this to the same beach where this thing started. We identify we can identify where the plastic came from, so you can paddle on the same beach where the rope came from originally, and we clean up the environment.
Yeah. So the more of these that we get out there, the less of this is on our beaches.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate what you're doing.